welcome to Highlands High School for the championship game of the first Highlands Holiday Tournament. It's the Highlands Golden Rams hosting their longtime rivals, the Knoch Knights, along with the Dean Mike Choma. John Dankich is upstairs. This is Mike Pavlik greeting you from Highlands on a beautiful night for basketball, mainly because it's really cold outside and people want to come here to get out of the cold.
Really, really cold. As the middle school for the JV games, we froze over there, nice and toasty here. JV results weren't very good for Highlands, but again, championship game, that's what counts tonight.
Well, we have a game here tonight between these two old rivals. First of all, let's talk about the Rams. They got by last night without playing their best game against Burrell, but they did win handily.
Well, I think the big thing was our big guys. Urshan played very well the first half, had 14 points. Then in transition, Hermela had those two slams. Johnny had that big one too. That's going to be the difference, I think, tonight. We get that transition game going. And again, like I said, I thought that separated us from Burrell last night. Hopefully it'll do the same tonight.
And the size that the Rams have inside, I think, is always, especially on this court, it seems, that those guys play a little bit bigger here. Well, the Knights played Blackhawk for the second time in 3 weeks. They beat them by 20 the first time, but it was a little closer last night.
Well, big difference was Blackhawk's best player was also back in the lineup. Hard to beat a team twice, but they did their job. The most important thing they did is what a Rod McNabb team does. They kept it in the 50s. That's what they want to do here tonight. Again, Mike, 50s favors Knoch, 60s favors Highlands.
Well, we said we weren't going to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it. Knoch won last night because they went 14 for 14 from the foul line in the fourth quarter. Highlands went 3 for 9 from the foul line last night.
As I said, we get into the 60s, we don't have to worry about foul shooting. In the 50s, it may come down to that, Mike. You know, these Ron McNabb teams, they're very fundamentally sound. They do a good job from the foul line. We have to do a better job. That's all there is to it. Free throws for a reason. They're free. Got to knock them down.
They are, and especially when you have those big guys. They're going to get fouled down there, and they're going to have to make them. And the guards, too. And Luke Cochran's gotten better here, and he's really leading the way from that department.
Up to 63%. He leads our team now. And again, like I said, got to get better. We had 70 against Greensburg Central. Hopefully it's not going to come into play tonight, but again, if it does, got to make them.
Big one tonight, championship game. Press row is full. You don't have that very often. We have it here tonight. It's Highlands, it's Knoch. It's coming up right after this. All right, we are back at Highlands getting ready for the starting lineups of the championship game. Blackhawk in a thriller beat Burrell by 2, 55-53. It was a tough one for the Burrell Bucks and all Burrell Buck fans, including myself.
Yeah, Mike, they just couldn't get a good shot off at the end. So, again, tonight we were talking about it, George Goddard and I. This is the first holiday Christmas tournament Highlands has ever hosted, and a chance to win one tonight here. And we think next year it's going to be a section running mate of ours against the Knoch Knights. They will start number 2, Scott Fraser, a 6-foot sophomore. He wears number 2. Number 5 is Ben Lucas, 6'2" senior, averages 5 points a game. Julian Sanks is their leading scorer. Mike wears number 45, 6'1" junior, averages 15.1 per game. Ben Lucas mentioned wears number 5. He averages 5 points a game. And the other big guy in the middle, Mike, number 25, 6'2" senior, Jesse Fessel. He's their leading rebounder.
As always, our starting lineups brought to you by Mason Elite Hoops at the Pittsburgh Mills Mall. Individualized training, third graders all the way up to varsity. Mason Elite Hoops at Comcast.net.
Golden Rams got their normal starting lineup. Starting number 10, Ryan Signorella, senior, 6 foot, averaging 8 points per game. Christian Zanelli, senior, 6'1", wears number 4, averages 5.7. They'll have t-shirts tonight, Mike, to throw them out to the fans.
It's a very nice Highlands Holiday Tournament t-shirts.
Luke Cochran, our leading scorer, sophomore, 6'1", wears number 23, averages 14.7 a game. Big guys in the middle, Johnny Christ wears number 20, 6'7" sophomore, averages 11 points a game. And again, a big night last night. Number 12, Sean Ursage, 6'6" senior, comes in averaging 12.3 points per game. I would grab a couple of those t-shirts, Mike.
That'd be nice. I did some checking on Sean. We thought maybe he was getting a great majority of his points in the first quarter. That's not so. About 30% of his points are coming in the first quarter. That's not too out of hand, so that's about where it would be, spread evenly out. And each half he's about spread evenly, so that's a good sign too from a big fella. So that's what we get. That's what we get from Sean. Knoch 3-4, but they're 0-3 in section of death, which they are going to be very happy to be escaping next year as they'll drop down to 4A along with us.
They're going to be the highest number in 4A. 325 is the cutoff. They have 324.
Bill Heasley had the list of the 19 teams.
I got them too, Mike. I
looking
did it
at
today.
earlier, and we can get Freeport, Highlands, and Knoch.
And that's it. Here's my other three. Ready? Quaker Valley, Elizabeth Forward, South Park. That's based on mileage. Can you believe that? It's going to be terrible.
Really? Quaker Valley's not awful because you just go right down 65.
Yeah, 36 miles away.
Elizabeth Forward is just. I was thinking
Elizabeth Forward, Mike, 36 miles away.
I was thinking we'll get Yock and Dairy.
No. I'll go over and tell you why later on. But can you imagine Quaker Valley and Elizabeth Forward, 36 miles away? Doesn't seem that.
We like where we are now. Here's Signorella. Now to Cochran, right side. Drives into the baseline and got fouled on his way to the basket. So Cochran will go to the line. Our best free throw shooter at 63%, as we mentioned in pregame.
Three veteran officials tonight, Mike. We got Joe DeCello, Chris Zemansky, and Mike Miller.
And if you looked over, as Luke missed the first, if you looked over on the Burrell bench before in the first game, you saw Joe DeCello's son and Chris Zemansky's brother.
Isn't that weird? Huh? Talk about everybody being here tonight, huh?
Cochran makes 1 out of 2, and the Rams lead it 1-0.
Virtual who's who in AK Valley.
It's a who's who there tonight, too. Nice crowd. Here's Frazier. This is Schreckengost, 15 in blue.
Nice trap there, Mike.
Tried to get through the double team. He did. Got it to Lucas. Now right side. That's Sanks, and he drains a 3 from the right elbow.
He's your leading scorer, Mike, at 15 a game. You can see why.
Cochran drives all the way in. Dumps it off to Ursig. Made his own room. Now Tonelli stops. Pops. And it's no good. Ursig tipped it. Saved by the Knights. They lead it 3-1. Here's Frazier.
Come on, motion, Scott, let's go. Motion, move.
Remember what I said, Mike, they'll want to keep it in the 50s. Hines wants to push it into the 60s.
Schreckengost with a little jumper, and he cans it. They've made both of theirs, and it's 5-1.
Both their leading scorers on the board.
You don't want to let them get the lead because then they can dictate the tempo.
That's right.
Kreis hands it off to Signorella. They run the weave out top. Here's Tonelli. Inside to Kreis. Swung it over to Cochran. He's open. His three's on the way. It's down.
Had 5 last night. Mike starting off where he left off.
He's the Rams' leading scorer at 15 a game, and it's 5-4 now. Frazier barely across, but he got it to 25. That's Jesse Fessel. Fessel drives in, kicked it over to Sanks in the corner. Three's on the way. It's off the front rim. And the rebound to Kreis. Lead it ahead to Cochran. Drives, lays, missed it. Rebound, Kreis up and not quite. Tonelli, the Bulldog, flooded out of there. Cochran's jumper's a dipper.
Control the boards, Mike, and one.
And Johnny Kreis gives the Rams a lead 6-5.
5 push, bucket, 1.
4 chances, Mike, that time. Thanks for the foul, his first.
Johnny Kreis a chance to complete the three-point play. He does not. And the rebound comes to Schreckengost. 6-5 Highlands. These two teams haven't met in just about 2 years. Again, not in the same section here these last couple.
Motion, move. Get off your head.
Rams have won 3 straight against the Knights. Here's Frazier. Right side, Schreckengost now. Drives in now to Sanks. He stops, he pops, and scores. Julian Sanks, 5 early, 7-6 Knights.
They have to account for that guy in every trip, Mike.
Now Tonelli drives in, lost his dribble, and kicked it back out to Cochran.
Long three.
High off the rim and over the backboard.
First turnover.
Knights will have the basketball. 5:31 left first quarter, 7-6. The visiting Knights in the lead.
I did a good job yesterday, Mike, with the turnovers. They only committed 8 the entire game.
Against pressure, this is Fessel. Forecourt, dribbled it off his leg. It goes out of bounds, and it's a turnover Knights.
Turnovers even at 1 apiece.
Last time Knoch won here, January 3rd of 2014, 47-33. Ron McNabb style.
Yeah. Telling Scott Briggs to right the great games we used to have here, Mike, where the place was packed.
Oh, Kreis with a great ball fake. Laid it up and in, and the Rams lead 8-7.
Remember one time they beat us with Buzz, they almost trampled my kid in the right-hand corner over there.
Oh, this sport out of the stands emptied here. The WPIL needed our Comcast video to see what happened. Lucas got it out to Frazier, and his three is down.
But Frazier averaging 5.7. Got 3, and they lead 10-8 here.
Now Christ to Signorella in front of Sam Huey over there. Cochran dumps it down to no one in particular, and that's a Highlands turnover. At 4:33, Romello Freeman ready to check in for substitution.
You know, Romello keeps coming in earlier and earlier, Mike.
Right. Soon he might start.
Well, I'll tell you what, he played great yesterday. Really gives you a spark.
Fourth quarter. Yep. The game was in doubt in the fourth quarter yesterday. Signorella had 2 baskets. Frazier beat everybody down, including Freeman, but he bodied him off, and Johnny got the rebound. Rams with the ball down a pair. Signorella got it out of the corner, now to Freeman. Right side to Christ, puts it on the floor, drives it all the way in, and a charge.
He went down hard. Are they going to call here?
Charge. First foul on Christ. Also goes as a turnover. First team foul against the home team.
Highlands committed 3 so far.
They get it into Fessel. Fessel all the way in, steal by Ursig, and it.
See, they kicked it, right? No, he didn't.
Nope, it's a kick ball. It goes to Highlands.
Offensive kick ball. You don't
Occasionally you see
often,
it.
Yeah.
We always ask about that, and the ruling we always get is it needs to be advanced, which is what happened.
Yeah, exactly. So there's proof it does exist. There you go.
It's rare you see it, but it sometimes happens. That's like back-to-back kickoff returns. That happened today in one of the games. There's a travel by Freeman. Turnover Highlands at 4:01. You talked about the turnovers, and here we go with 4 already.
Choppy to start, Mike.
Just like last night. They didn't play well last night. This is Lucas.
Oh, he walked there, Mike.
He kind of did Frazier. Now they battle for it on the floor. Let me guess. That's Tonelli?
Yes, sir.
We had a discussion. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Who Tonelli reminds us of.
Hard bounce pass, but controlled by Freeman.
Signorella drives it in. Oh, get off a leg. And Sanks got the ball. And now we have a travel. Backcourt by Knoch. It's Highlands ball. Christian Tonelli reminds us of Chris Kunitz. He's always around the action.
Yep.
He's always getting mixed up. And he exactly what he said. And he's got Chris Kunitz's hair.
Highlands gets the inbound here, trailing 10-8, 3:44 to go first quarter.
Talk about choppy. We've only played half the quarter. It seems like we've been out here a while. Yep. Freeman drives through, goes all the way in and lays it in to tie the game. Mello's first off the bench, and we're tied at 10.
And he's much smoother to the basket this year.
Ron McNabb was commenting about him when I talked to him before the game. He was really impressed. Here's Sanks. He drains a 3 from the corner.
Speaking of impressed, Sanks, quick 8, Mike.
And they've hit 3 from downtown, and it's 13-10 Knights.
He leads all scorers here.
Crossover move by Freeman. Saved in the corner. Nope, it's Cochran saw that it went off of the Knights. It's Highlands ball at 3:12. A 3-point Knoch lead here early on.
Frazier in return for Knoch.
Knoch's beaten Blackhawk twice and Armstrong once. All their wins have come in tournament play. They won the Armstrong tournament, and they won the first game here. They're going to try to make it a clean sweep.
But those section losses, like 0-3 to start, that's tough.
Cochran's fouled on his way in. The section of death.
Montour beat him, West A, and Mars.
Well, Mackey was telling me that, or Scott was telling me that West A won 1 game last year, and they may win the section this year.
Is that something?
Yes.
Gus picks up his first.
Cochran's first falls out. And there we go with that again.
Yeah. Are you telling me that they can beat Mars?
That's the word. Hey, Knoch beat Mars last year.
Yes.
Knoch would have won our section. I truly believe that. They lost some. Cochran makes 1. He's got 5. It's 13-11. They lost players from that team. But
Austin Haynes.
Right. I think they might have been the best team in our section if they'd have been here.
Well, somebody has to be the odd team out, and they were.
Now Sanks in the corner, drives baseline, kicked it back out. This is Scheidt. Now back out front. Schreckengotz with an air ball and a 3-pointer.
I like that matchup now, Mike. Romello Freeman on Sanks. 2 athletes going against each other.
Yeah, into the lineup is Jake Scheidt, Scheidt.
Averages 5.6 off the bench.
Here's Ursig out top. 2:36 left, first quarter, 13-11. Here's Christ. Tries to get free, back to Freeman. Spots up, his three's on the way. It's no good. Ursig is able to save it to the corner, and now Cochran lets it fly. Hits it from the corner. Cochran's matched Julian Sanks. They each have 8. Both have 2 3-pointers, and the Rams lead at 14-13. Now a trap.
Corey Myers, nice job of trapping there.
Here's Sanks. 2 minutes left first quarter. Now Scheidt back out top, and this is Frazier. I think they want to run shuffle.
Yeah, Lucas calling out the plays.
I heard that.
For the Golden Ring.
Trying to help him out.
Yep.
Here's Lucas. Now they're slowing it down. Now to Julian Sanks, the right side.
Now shuffle just means keep the ball high.
Sanks had it blocked by Ursig. Freeman tried to steal it, but back the other way is Lucas on the steal. Back and forth they go. This is Schreckengast for 3. It's a dipper. Rebound Johnny Kreis. Kreis leads it out to Myers. 3 ball is in and out, no good. And the rebound to Schreckengast on the weak side. Corey was shut out last night.
Yeah, after 17 against Greensburg.
Scheidt goes all the way to the basket. What's the call?
Foul.
There you go.
Johnny called that charge. Got the charge there, Mike.
It's on Jake Scheidt. That's his first. Team foul number 4 against the Knights.
Johnny going to get a break. Christian Tennelly checks back in.
Highlands with a 1-point lead. 1:23 left first quarter. Ursig had not only the points last night, 15 points, but 12 boards. So
Double-double. They're going to call travel.
Traveling on Romella.
You put that ball in your hip, Mike, they're going to call that. Luke Cochran now has 23s, Mike. He's our first guy to 100. He's in with 103 points coming into tonight's game.
Here's Lucas backcourt. Now to Schreckengast. Oh, he dribbled it off his leg, and now the Knights have 10-second issues here, but they do get it across quickly as Frazier does it. 1 minute left first quarter. Highlands with a 1-point lead. Now Sanks left side. Out top to Scheidt. Scheidt goes to the foul line and gets shut off. Needs some help. Sanks gives it to him. Now Schreckengast lets it go. It's 3. It's off the rim and in again.
Ah, you like that, Mike. You talk about a shooter's roll, huh? Everybody's waiting to get the rebound, and there was no rebound to get.
16-14, Knights by 1. Cochran to dump down into Ursig. Shot is off the rim, but he'll go to the line and shoot a couple.
You're going to get Sanks with this second, Mike. Yep.
That is, and that hurts. Yep. B&J Sports located at 1605 Freeport Road in the Heights, and outfitting our local sports teams and the great fans of the AK Valley for more than 5 decades. When it comes to all of your sporting goods needs, look no further than B&J Sports. Glenn Mills and his friendly staff provide that personal touch. High school jackets, team uniforms, trophies, any kind of sports equipment. You just can't beat the service at B&J Sports. Open 9 to 5 weekdays, Saturdays 9 till noon. So stop in today or give Glenn a call, 724-226-2762. 5 decades says it all, B&J Sports.
2 for 6 on the foul line, Mike. That's right where we left off yesterday, 33%.
And it's gonna cost them somewhere.
Yeah.
And it might be tonight. Now we got a foul. Only second on Highlands. Christian Tonelli's first. 29 seconds left of the quarter, and I have that feeling that Ron McNabb, with the arrow and the lead and the ball, is going to hold for 1 here.
That would be the call, Mike. His brother-in-law, Mark Canzano, was here tonight, Mike. Yep. He's Highlands football coach. I said, who are you cheering for? He goes, neutral.
Way to be. Now it comes to the corner, and a jumper by Lassinger is no good, and the rebound comes to Kreis. He's got a 2-on-1 with Sig. Oh, nice bounce pass to Signorella with
and
a finish.
one.
And 1. Now that turned out well. Ties it at 16.
Fessel gets, excuse me, it wasn't Fessel, it was Schreckengast. That's his second.
2 for him.
Yep. On the leak out, it's Cole Lassinger, Mike.
We saw him on the football field.
Yeah, and he was in a JV game. He's a monster. They're going to take a chance, and they're going to put
Sanks back in because they're on offense now.
Yep.
That's probably what they're feeling. If I'm one of the Highlands players, I see him coming, I get in front and try to take a charge.
Well, I think one of them already has. All right, big chance to get the lead here for Ryan Signorella. 50% foul.
4 out of 8.
Shooter.
5 out of 9.
There you go.
17-16, Rams up by 1. That is Highlands' 5th one-point lead. That's as big as they've had. 9 seconds. Now spinning, they go into Lassinger. Almost lost the handle. Made his own room and made the basket. Rams thought he walked, and they can't get the shot up, and Knoch will have the first quarter lead. That's the end of 1. Knoch 18, Highlands 17.
That was crazy, Mike. It took forever for him to get that shot up. Oh, boy. Time to talk about the anchor, and I'm definitely going tonight, Mike. I passed yesterday. I'm going to save myself. It doesn't seem like a Friday night, does it? Mm-mm. Seems like a Saturday night, and we're going to go up and see Joe, Andy, and Dee as they continue the family tradition started way back in 1953.
I was going to say, you sure it's not Saturday? I know, I'm not. But anyway.
It's a great home-cooked meal without having to do the cooking. I like the original Anchor Burger, my favorite. You like the signature wings. You enjoyed them over the Christmas break. Full wings, not pieces. Make sure to try the daily special on the blue plate. No reservation needed. Kitchen's open until 11, so there's plenty of time to come to the Anchor Inn, hopefully celebrate a Christmas tournament victory. Mike and I will be there. Stop by, say hi. That's the Anchor Inn, Freeport Road, Natrona Heights. Welcome aboard.
Hey, we wanted to promote Wednesday's Blue Plate Special, liver and onions. Where can you get liver and onions? Now, I'm not a fan. Are you? You're not?
No, me neither.
But for those of you that are, I mean, come on. And here's the thing about it. It's like, I remember this. My dad loved liver and onions and made my mom cook it, and she hated it, but she made it for him. This is the deal. If you like liver and onions but don't want to have your wife make it, go to the Anchor. They'll do it for you.
And I've heard more of that guys love liver and onions. The women hate it, but they were forced to cook it, so now they don't have to.
I've never been a fan. Hey, I saw Seth Cohen here, and of course, we left him at 1,999 yards, and luckily the paper found 2 more, and he got 2,001. In Ron McNabb's career at Valley, he had 999 points.
They couldn't find 1 point for that poor guy.
I told him that I'd ask George to see if we can do something. Well, here's why he had 999 points. He's the all-time assist leader at Valley.
Yeah, he probably had 999 assists too.
I have 4 other reasons too. We'll give those to you in a minute. Here's Parson. Dale Parson, one of them. Okay, that'll give you an idea where I'm going. That's the one nobody gets.
Still
Here's
by
Scheidt lost
Freeman.
it. Freeman against Scheidt drives in. Oh, he got rim rejected. Signorella will finish.
It up though.
5 for Siggs and the Rams. He picks up where he left off fourth quarter last night. Highlands back up 19-18. Boy, this reminds you of every game we've ever played against these guys, doesn't it?
Yep.
Here's Sanks. Over to Scheidt. Now Fessel comes out to get it, and Sanks now against Myers. Of course, the McNabb-Myers connection goes back to those days, too, in the late 70s.
Had great battles, huh?
Tom Myers was the assistant at Burrell back in those days, and Joey was the great player. Nearly an overplay.
Stolen by
Mello. Now to Fessel right side.
And they have Sanks out there, Mike, with 2 fouls.
Yep.
I'm surprised to see that.
Fessel again.
Important he is to their team.
And the Rams D'ing up. Rams 19-18. Steal by Cochran.
And he gets fouled.
And he does. Here are 3 other reasons Ron McNabb is their all-time leader in assists. Goose Pryor, Bill Varner, and Chipper Harris. That's the starting 5 for the 79 state champions. Ron McNabb, Goose Pryor, Bill Varner, Chipper Harris, Dale Parson.
Wow. Can you believe we're in the 101 already, too, Mike?
I hope not.
Well, it's
that is 7.
7-2 team fouls, and Ron McNabb's letting the referees know how does that happen.
Ron's going to let them know. This is Cochran. He drains it first.
Happened in a JV game over at the middle school, Mike. The Burrell Bucks had 7 fouls. Blackhawk had none. And Joe DeCello Jr. was letting the referees know about it. So even referees' kids know when those foul numbers don't look right. But sometimes it just happens. They committed those fouls.
Cochran first into double figures with 10. Highlands with their biggest lead now at 3, 21-18. Now to Scheidt, to Sanks right side. Rams do the switch, and Timmons gets him. Now the ball comes up on Lucas, but he's able to control it. Sanks out top to Frazier. Scheidt to the corner for Schreckengost. Now Sanks stops and pops. Oh, is he smooth? It's 2. Sanks and Cochran matching. They each have 10, and the Rams lead by 1.
And Mike, these are contested shots. They're not gimmies.
I thought he forced that one. Here's Myers, long cross court to Signorella. Rams have but 2 threes, both by Cochran. Signorella high off the glass, no good. And rebound comes to Scheit, and he wants to run it. Now to Sanks. Stops, pops, 3, good. He can't miss. He's got 13, and Knoch leads at 23-21.
Averages 15 a game. Mike almost has his average here. A long way to go in the quarter.
Boy, Cochran
forced that one up there.
He did, off the side of the board. Here comes Scheit back the other way. Frazier out top to Julian Sanks against Signorella. Sig shut him off. He gave up the dribble. Now Frazier baseline. Back out top. Lucas hits a 3.
And Mike, this is dangerous part of the game.
Timeout.
Yep, where you said you don't want them to get too far ahead because they'll start to massage it. They're up by 5.
His 4th three-pointer of the season. Now, the Wireless Zone is the largest independent Verizon wireless franchise in America, offering the most popular smartphones, devices, tablets, and accessories with award-winning service. Stop in today and see what makes Verizon the world's largest and most reliable network. Wireless Zone has 13 area locations, 6 of those in the AK Valley. Rams fans, you can find yours in Natrona Heights at the Walmart Plaza or at Pittsburgh Mills Mall, next to JCPenney and across from Victoria's Secret. You can reach the Natrona Heights location at 724-224-4590 and at the Mills, 724-275-1154. Find Verizon Wireless store nearest you simply by visiting wirelesszone.com. Knights lead it by 5.
The wife loves the new mini iPad, Mike.
That's good. A good Christmas gift.
Has not put it down yet. I handed her the article about being addicted to video games and says, don't bother me. I'm busy playing video games.
So here are the Rams. Knoch on an 8-0 run. Here's Tonelli. Now to Freeman. Puts it on the floor. Now they're going to get a foul, or what do they call? It's on Highlands. Let's get it from Chris Szymanski. It's on Freeman.
His first, team third.
26-21. Knights with a chance to extend their biggest lead. If it gets much more, they're going to... Oh, they work a beautiful dump down as Scheit got it down low to Lucas. He finishes. He's got 7, and it's 28-21. Knights by a touchdown. And the Rams turn it over. And they're flustered right now.
Yeah.
And they've been sloppy and frustrated the last 2 nights. They've not been able to run their stuff.
Guess what, Mike? They didn't turn it over. They gave it the ball to Highlands.
Well, that's a break. All the Knoch fans were cheering. Hopeful, I guess. Tonelli to Cochran. Puts it on the floor with a spin. Tell you what, these guys play great defense. Here's Ursig.
And they're keeping him outside, Mike.
And you hear the Highlands bench yelling, move the basketball. And it's sticking a lot. Here's Cochran. Off the roll to Tonelli. Drives baseline, goes in, lays it up, won't go, rebound Knoch. And it's 1 and out for Highlands, too. Knoch's controlling the glass, and we got a backcourt foul against Ursig.
Bumped him with the lower body, Mike. You can't do that, especially that far away from the basket.
That's 4 against Highlands. Those are evening up strangely.
Yep.
Isn't it funny how that happens, Dean?
Yeah, Highlands has to take advantage of being in the one-on-one.
Here's Scheit. Frazier. Now Scheit on the right elbow. Tried to work around that Lucas screen. Lucas got a wide body in there at 6'2". Now to Scheit, back to Sanks, and he doesn't give too many up. He lets it go. He missed it. Freeman tipped it to Ursig, and the Rams have it down 7.
All right, big trip for the Golden Rams, Mike. You have to make something happen here.
Here's Tonelli.
Nice crowd here tonight waiting for something to happen, too, Mike.
Kreis is wide open. His 3's on the way, and it's down. Johnny Kreis, his first 3. He's got 7, and it's back to 4-point game.
Maybe that'll get him started, Mike, to get a chance to trap here.
Nearly a steal over there by Ursig. Knocked it out of bounds. The Wituckies are over there. I saw Adam earlier.
Got a sub checking back in, Jesse Fessel. And Mike, this is where the Highlands Golden Rams can do some damage. When they score, their trap has been effective against Knoch, but you got to score.
Hey, now they work it into Frazier.
Julian!
1-3-1 by Highlands, Mike.
There's Scheit, goes long baseline for Lucas, able to control it down there against Luke Cochran. Luke's deceptively long too, you know that? Here's Sanks against Romello.
He's playing the baseline in that 1-3-1.
They high posted it to Fessel. Now they work a baseline, and Lucas is hot. He can't miss. He's got 9, and it's 30-24. Cochran just going to take it right to the basket. Nice dump down to Ursig. It's the first time we've seen that tonight. That's bread and butter for Highlands. 30-26.
4-point game.
Against pressure, Lucas in the double team to Scheit right side, and we got a foul. Bodies all over the place. Signorelli getting ready to check back in.
They're going to get Romello on the push. Yep, that's his second.
That's 5 against Highlands now. Knox had 7 for a very long time. Jared Schreckengoss back in. Jake Scheit will sit down. 2:45 left first half. Knoch 30, Highlands 26 in the championship game. Try to work it in, and they do to Sanks. Got around the man, steps back, 3 ball off the rim. Oh, Johnny Christ got up there, but had it stolen by Schreckengoss. Lost his concentration. Lucas for 3, it's in and out, and Johnny's grabbing this one.
Yep. I don't know how that kid wasn't out of bounds, but Johnny was underneath the basket.
Christ all the way, and he draws the foul. I think he's going to get Fessel. Let's hear Mike Miller.
We got blue 25 with the body, 1-1.
And what did Mike tell us before the game?
The 1-1 means buy one recliner, get one. That's what that means.
You're supposed to do it like Joe Falsetti.
Arnold Furniture.
There
like
you go.
that.
Give him the plug.
Johnny Christ at the line.
Joe's smiling.
He is. Joe is always smiling. 1+1. Johnny makes the first. He'll get another. The lead's back to 3. Here's a second by the big right-hander. Off the rim. Good defensive positioning by Fessel that time to block Ursig out. That was just fundamentals. 3-point Knoch lead, 2:23 left first half. They've led by as many as 7.
And the way this is looking, Mike, it might come down to the spot.
And a travel.
There's your
out top. Schreckengoss got bothered by that trap, and Signorella in there doing the job.
Highlands with a chance to tie it now.
Rams with, when we take a look at it, they're starting 5 out there on the court right now. Here's Cochran. Tonelli left side. Out to Ursig, pops out. Christ looked for a cutter, but Tonelli was covered. Now Signorella goes in, got shut off, lost a dribble. Corner to Tonelli. Tonelli got to the foul line and threw a bad pass, and the Rams turn it over.
I was running, they call it high will action, Mike. They're just having cutters come off the X. Unfortunately, those plays take a little while to develop. I think we need to get the quick hitters and try to take advantage of our speed. And haven't got the ball much inside so far this season.
No, not at all. They've done a great job defensively. Oh, Sanks. Boy, that long pass to Sanks, and he hits it.
Behind a screen, Mike.
16. He's got 4 from outside the arc, and it's 33-27.
He's got his average, Mike, and we haven't got to halftime yet.
Knocked by 6. Rams try to battle back, but the Knights get it done from the outside. They've hurt the Rams with long bombs tonight. Signorella thought about it. Drives in, and Sanks got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds.
You know, Mike, we go way back with our elementary programs, too. They always come to our middle school tournaments. I don't remember Sanks playing in middle school. He may be a transfer. I'll have to check that at halftime. But, boy, kid's a player, huh?
He is.
And he's played with 2 fouls this whole entire
half.
Yep.
Here's Christ to Cochran. Corner, Myers. 3 ball up.
Yep.
3 ball down. Corey Myers, instant offense off the bench. And it's 33-30.
Three sophomores on the floor for the Golden Rams now, Mike. Got a push off that time on Fraser.
Now open is Schreckengoss. Boy, it's not often you see a visiting team come in.
It's rain threes, huh?
And hit 8 threes in the first half. And that's the difference in the game. 36-30. Cochran kicked it over. Myers again open. In and out. Schreckengoss the rebound. Now to Scheidt. Across to Frazier. 32 seconds. They can hold for one. Arrow belongs to the Rams.
The fact that they made 8 threes, Mike, and only leading by 6 rounds of the Hampton championship game a few years ago. Where
Steal by Cochran. He dug it free. 4-on-2. Cochran kicked it back, and Signorella lets a 3 go. Off the rim. Rebound Price. Weak side. I thought he got fouled. They call a jump ball. Highlands keeps it.
Wow.
Goodness.
Remember that, though, that we had 9 threes at halftime, and we're only ahead by 1. Everybody's excited. I said,
right.
It's not good. That was not to be
Jeff
good.
Sinclair went crazy early on at Palumba. To Kreis. Worked it back out. Ursa gets 15. It's in and out. Rams can't get it to go. Knights have it 5 seconds with time. Backcourt 3. This is Frazier 2. Lets it go. And that's going to wrap it up. Now, Ron McNabb got everything he wanted out of that first half. He had 8 3-pointers. And Knoch leads at 36-30, Dean.
Get a chance to talk about Planet Fitness at the Heights Plaza in Toronto Heights. Big sale at the end of the year. Join for $1, pay $10 a month. It's your home for the judgment-free zone. Planet Fitness provides a unique environment where everyone, and I mean everyone, is free to work out in a non-intimidating environment. Memberships are available, as I said, for $10 a month. Pay $1 down. Stop in Planet Fitness today. Heights Plaza for any of the details. And again, I'm up there. Come see me, and we'll work out together.
Remember, the dollar offer ends December 31st, so you got to get in there in the next couple days.
No doubt about it.
All right, halftime. Highlands trailing the Knoch Knights 36-30. We will have stats and more right after this. All right, back in Highlands, the halftime of the championship game, and the Knoch Knights lead at 36-30 because they made 8 3-pointers in the first half, and if they continue to do that, they're going to walk away with the big trophy that's sitting behind us.
It was a very quick halftime speech, Mike, and that usually means that he read on the riot act and threw him out.
Sent him back out there. Joe Lucchino and his son Joseph proudly welcome you to the Lucchino Insurance and Financial Group. Serving the AK Valley for decades, the Lucchinos are a broad-based financial advisory firm with a wide range of opportunities for both you and your business. Each year brings many changing pieces in healthcare, so it's vital you understand your options. Why not sit down with the Lucchinos today and review your plan with an independent agent who has only your best interest in mind? Joe and Joe always know. Located at 2318 Freeport Road next to the Donut Connection, or call them at 724-224-8908 or 724-905-7583. Why wait? Let the Lucchinos put you on the road to financial stability today. You got numbers over there?
Yeah, Mike. Julian Sanks leads Knoch with 16 points. Got the story, Mike. When he was young, he was injured. He didn't play basketball, so he certainly made up for it here this evening.
For sure, huh?
We're talking about possibly trying to get a box and one on him, possibly, because really, Jared Schreckengoss comes in with 8. Ben Lucas has 7, and Cole Lazinger has 2. Scott Frazier in with 3. So he's done most of the damage here. They've hit 8 threes here in the first half. For the Golden Rams, Romello Freeman has 2. Johnny Kreis in with 10. Luke Cochran has 8. Sean Ursich has 2. Ryan Signorella has 5. Corey Myers has 3. And again, Mike, foul shooting's been a bugaboo. We've had 2, 4, 6 of 12, 50%. Not going to get it done.
Not going to get it done. Stats brought to you by Mason Elite Hoops at the Pittsburgh Mills Mall. Individualized training for third graders all the way up to varsity and past varsity. On the web, MasonEliteHoops.com. Isaiah was out there shooting and making at halftime, by the way. So he's being trained well at Mason Elite Hoops even as we speak. So second half about to begin, and Rams got to get it going. They're only 30 points in the first half, only 17 in the first quarter, and fast starts are usually their deal, and they didn't have one tonight.
Mike, I talked to the guys here at the table, and we looked at what's going to possibly happen down the road. Nobody can figure anything out. If we look at the north, you have Ambridge, Newcastle, Beaver, Blackhawk, Central Valley, Hopewell. You can't touch that. Down south, you got Union, Ton, York, Mount Pleasant, Belvern, Ringgold, Waynesburg, and Derry. Can't touch that. So that leaves the Mutt division, which is Knoch, Freeport, Highlands. That's okay. But that leaves Quaker Valley, Elizabeth Forward, and South Park. I feel bad for Quaker Valley and Elizabeth Forward if it ends up being like that. Look at their road trips. At least we have 2 close ones.
Exactly.
Thank God we have Highland tires.
Well, my next question is going to be, are those 3 teams any good? If you tell me they aren't, then I'll be okay with it.
Quaker Valley's good.
Yeah, they've been.
Yes.
They won in football also, and basketball. They were in with with Beaver Falls and those guys recently. So here we go, second half. Knights have it, dressed in the road blue uniforms, moving left to right. Let's see what happens here in the third quarter. The Rams need a quick start.
Elizabeth Forest, South Park, Mike, they've had their moments. Oh, almost a turnover. Johnny goes flying.
Oh, Johnny goes right into the coaching staff next to us. Knoch hasn't won here since 2014. They haven't beat Highlands.
Ron McNabb's laughing. He goes, I've hit bigger than you.
Exactly. And they haven't beat Highlands since December of 2014, so they're trying to break a three-game little streak, mini streak that Highlands has. Now they go to Fraser, and they're hitting everything. Or Lucas.
Mike, they have to be shooting 60%.
They're making everything. 38-30, their biggest lead. And if they play this kind of defense, the Rams are going to have trouble coming back. The Highlands has to figure out a way to stop them from scoring. Tonelli lost the handle.
Oh, boy. The old dreaded unforced turnover, Mike. That's Highlands' 9th. Knoch has only committed 5.
38-30. 8-point lead. Chance to get it into double figures here. Chance to cruise to the title. Here's Frazier. Against Signorella. Good defense. Steal by Christ. He's got Siggs with him. Nice bounce pass, and Signorella finishes.
Nice job by Johnny, Mike. He could have forced that. He made sure we got the short, too.
All 3 of 6 baskets have come off a Christ assist. It's 38-32. Good defense by Ursa.
Wow.
My goodness.
Wow. That's a no call, Mike.
That's what all the fans across the way seem to think.
Sean's second away from the basket, Mike, a long way.
And both of them have been that way. His other foul was backcourt. Signorella sticking tight on Frazier now. Rams trying to turn up the heat defensively. And we said at halftime, if they keep shooting like that, you shake their hands and hand them the trophy. That's the way it goes. Sometimes you have nights.
Yeah.
Franklin Regional last year, in here first night. And there's a nice play. They get it into Frazier, his 5th point, and it's 40-32. Price to Ursig. Looked for a cutter, but they had it cut off. Now to Christ, so he missed a layup. And now you worry about frustration a little bit.
Off the foot, yeah, right.
Christian Tonelli bought that call here, too, with Mike Miller. He's always thinking.
That's a good call, Mike.
It was. Ron McNabb not happy with that.
There's nothing you can say about that. 14-0.
Here's Tonelli. Drives it in, got it to Signorella.
Oh, there's an
Trying to
offensive
fight
foul
through a
there.
pig.
That's right.
That'll be on Frazier.
Good call. Tyler called that one. Tyler called that.
Frazier picks up his first, and Ron McNabb's giving Tyler Stuchinski a whistle there, Mike.
Yeah.
He said he called that one. I think that was pretty obvious to everybody, though.
Yeah. Here's Cochran with a crossover. Drives in, got shut off. Out of Tonelli, right elbow. Ursig. Ursig goes in with the left hand and scores. He got such a soft touch. He's got 4, and it's 40-34. Steal by Cochran. Off the inbound. Rams have to score now. Corner, Signorella. Here it comes. Short. Signorella tried to get the rebound, but Frazier had great position blocking him out.
And again, Mike, our
One and done.
pressure's been effective, but we got to score. Back to where we were before the half, trailing by 6.
Here's Frazier. This is old Section 1 basketball, Dean.
Yeah.
Good steal by Christ. Lead it out to Tonelli.
And one.
Shot, score, foul.
Great use of his body that time.
First 2 for Christian, and the Rams cut it to 4. This is old Section 1 basketball. We've seen 100 games like this.
Oh, yeah, back in the day, there's no doubt about it. Bessel gets his second. Joins Schreckenhaus and Sanks with 2 each.
Knoch's got another streak they're going after. They're trying to break a 5-game Highlands home winning streak. Tonelli tried to complete the 3-point play. He does. 40-37.
Back to a 1-possession game, Mike, with pressure.
Ooh. And Scheit has it back court. against Cochran. Here
comes the double
team, and they're going to call the foul on Cochran.
White, 23, hand check.
Got Luke Cochran on a hand check, Mike.
Give him room. Hey, I got 45.
Freeman checking in for Signorella.
Schreckengoss will key it in. Johnny got long arms. Jeez. He blocked out everybody on the other side of the court there. Here's Scheidt against Cochran. Now Tonelli comes out to get Schreckengoss. Frazier left side.
Sang's calling for the ball. They're doing a clear off, Mike.
Sangs against Freeman. And Dramello shut him off. And the Knights will be patient. They have a 3-point lead, 4.5 left third quarter. Here's Scheidt. Corner to Sanks.
This is where you're talking about keeping the game in the 50s, Mike. It's bleeding time now.
Frazier.
The way they're shooting them, Mike.
Nearly up, but then they make another one. It's Frazier. That's 9 from downtown. 42-37.
They want to be patient, but the way they're shooting, it's hard to be.
Johnny Kreis open 3-ball off the rim, and no Rams there for the board.
That's the problem when you're 6'7" guys taking
Shooting the three,
yeah.
exactly. They better go in.
Nice trap here.
Steal by Cochran, he did. Lead it ahead to Freeman. Mello drives, lays, missed it. Rebound, Kreis can't get it, Frazier does. Every loose ball going the Knights' way here. They get up there, they can get a 10-second call. Gonna be 10.
There it is.
And you foul him and bail him out. A bailout foul by Freeman.
Yep, they had him, Mike.
That's his third. Team third against the Rams. 5-point Knoch lead, 3:41 left of the third quarter.
Has Highlands never had the lead, Mike?
They led by 3, 21-18. That was their biggest. They had a bunch of 1-point leads. They led by 1 6 times.
Yeah.
Here's Scheidt, backcourt. Ursig stole it. Ursig lays it, scores it.
Pressure's coming on, Mike.
42-39. Pressure starting to have a little effect now.
10 knock turnovers now, Mike. Highlands taking advantage of them.
Signorella played some tough D. Now they work it ahead, and here's Schreckengoss. Stops and pops. They don't miss. It's a 3 for him. They've got 10. 3 for Schreckengoss. 45-39.
Mike, you had him right where you wanted him, too. Almost a 10-second call.
Ursig hook shot down. He's got 6 in the quarter, 8 in the game. 45-41.
Only problem is we're exchanging 2s to 3s, Mike.
Here's Frazier. That's on Kreis.
We got White.
That'll be his second.
Body, white ball. Come on in, Chelsea.
Myers and Freeman come in now. 2:48 left of the quarter.
Johnny's a little upset.
When we're calling the foul.
Here's Schreckengoss now. Ball's now he's on the floor. Guess he didn't walk with it. Ronnie wanted a foul on that. Didn't get that either. Corner. Here's Sanks open again. It's short, and the Rams can't get the rebound. They finally missed one. You got to take advantage of it.
Yep. Skip pass.
Frazier's wide open. Here it comes. In and out and in again.
Wow.
Well, because they hustled to get the ball. 48-41. Freeman Euro step. No basket. It's on the floor.
Step first. Step every time he gets it.
That's a third foul on Sanks. But Mackey was patient with it earlier. I don't think he's going to worry too much about it now. He had 2 fouls all the first half.
Yep.
7-point Knoch lead. They've led by as many as 8. Cochran spin move all the way through. He got fouled. He'll shoot a couple at 2:13.
Schreckengoss has his third, Mike.
2 more fouls. 2 more fouls. 16 nothing. 17 nothing.
Luke going to go to the line and shoot a pair.
All this basketball and not get 1 foul shot.
That's the third on Schreckengoss, and it's 4 apiece here in the second half. Cochran has 11 now.
Ron McNabb is making a good point, Mike. They haven't shot a foul shot yet. Well, they haven't missed to shoot a foul shot.
Cochran missed the rebound, and they're going to get Cochran on a foul coming to get the ball.
Come on, a couple more, we get on the line for the first time.
And they made 14 in a row in the fourth quarter. That's why he wants to get there.
Come on, Jake! Get out!
Now backcourt. This is Scheidt. Double team trouble. And in front of us, a good job by Schreckengoss to get it. Now they got numbers. Frazier stops it. Ball blocked by Freeman. Cochran the rebound. Lead it ahead to Signorella. He got fouled. Signorella will shoot 2 at 1:53. What the Knights don't want to keep doing is shutting the clock off either. They're helping Highlands in that regard. It's a 6-point Knoch lead.
Again, if you're just joining at 36-30 at halftime, Knoch led. Still that same 6-point lead.
We said it for years when we were in this section together. Playing these guys is like going to the dentist. It's hard. It's going to be hard. You got to understand it's hard, and you got to want to go through it.
So hopefully you have a better smile on the end.
Yes.
So far, nothing to be smiled about.
19-0.
McNabb said it's 18 or 19-0 on free throws. Yeah, but we need that much to make it even.
Oh. Romella got the rebound.
Save it. Knocked threw it in and got the ball. Again, every loose one.
Yeah.
All of them. Frazier drives, lays, and missed it. Rebound put back up and in. Again, good hustle. Nobody put a body on Schreckengoss. 50-43. Cochran for 3. In and out. Sanks the rebound. They're doing all the little things right. They just want it more right now. That's all. That's all there is to it. And the Rams have no complaints. They don't have any complaints about the whistles. They've 20 trips to the foul line to 0, and you're still losing by 7. Steal by Ursig.
Finds Cochran.
Cochran drives, baseline,
and
scores, and draws the foul.
This is an odd game, Mike.
Very strange.
Lucas now has 3. He joins Sanks and Schreckengoss.
21-0.
Cochran with 13 now. He leads the Rams. He got a chance to make it 14 and cut the lead to 4.
Sorry, don't freaking tell him I made a mistake.
He hits it.
Luke now with a dozen.
14. 50-46. Knocked by 4. Now, the one thing that's kind of Highlands' advantage here in this quarter, the score's gone up. More points are being scored. Frazier backcourt
too, Mike. That's been their ticket so far.
Frazier needs some help. Backcourt, they got to hurry. And Scheidt gets it across just in the nick of time. Now just they'll work it around and find somebody for 3, and it'll go in. Here's Schreckengoss. Drives into the paint. Kicked it back out. Baseline, that's only 2. I guess that's why it didn't go.
We have a foul on Sanks.
They're going to call a foul on Sanks. It's his 4th.
He threw that one, Mike.
Yeah, Tonelli did a great job there. He made a spin move and peeled off of him. And Sanks has, but Ron McNabb's going to lose his mind.
He is.
He is going to lose his mind. And he's doing the best he can to keep it under control over there. Ron McNabb 20 years ago, maybe not.
Yep. Yeah, you're right, Mike. Well, he doesn't have Brian Sherrick over to help him.
They were on opposite ends of that 1979 deal. Brian Sherrick started for Burrell.
That's right.
Burrell beat Valley twice. And in the quarterfinals in front of over 7,000 at the Civic Arena.
Tonelli makes a big foul shot.
He's got all 4 of his here in the third. The third quarter's still going on. You haven't missed much. It's 50-47. Just going to have to gut it out. That's the kind of game this is both ways.
Yes, sir.
Tonelli to try to cut it to 2. He missed it, and the rebound to Fessel. The Bronx cheer that's going to go up from the Knoch fans when they get to shoot a foul shot is going to be unbelievable. Here's Scheidt. Dumps it off, and the jumper is missed, and Freeman has it as Lucas missed the short.
No foul call.
Freeman and Rams are tied with a 3. Freeman got out of control, and he got bailed out.
He got fouled.
He got bailed out by Schreckengoss.
Walkover, the old walkover, Mike. Schreckengoss, not a good idea. He's got 4 fouls.
Stosh had to settle his dad down there.
Yeah. Romel's going to go to the foul line. 50% foul shooter. So, Schreckengoss has 4. Sanks has 4. That's their 2 leading scorers, Mike. And they still lead 50-47.
Adam Bajuzik has come in. He's number 1. So Freeman at the line, 58%. And he hits it. He'll get another. 50-48.
Rella has a chance to cut it to 1.
Knoch is led by as many as 8 on 2 occasions. Oh, Ursig is there. Oh,
He got fouled.
Then they call nothing. And it's Knoch's ball. Oh, my goodness.
Chance to put the pressure on again now, Mike.
Johnny Kreis guarding the inbounder, Jesse Fessel. 41 seconds left in an eventful third period.
Fessel can't move, Mike. That makes it tough.
Yeah, he's anchored, but he does get it in. And here's Frazier against Signorella. Frazier, good ball handler.
Uh-oh, get off
Front of us. Work it over to Lucas. 31 seconds. Knoch would like to hold it. Rams have the arrow. There's Bajusic. Out top, Scheit. 3 ball. Missed it. Rebound. Price fought it away from Signorella. Johnny back the other way. Goes corner. Here's head fake by Tonelli. Drives in. Back to Kreis. Bad pass. Luckily goes out of bounds. Highlands will keep it at 14 seconds. Rams can get the 2 for here.
Yep. I think they're going to take time out, Mike, which is a good idea. Get Luke Cochran back in the lineup. Gives us a chance to talk about Highland Tire. Winter's upon us, so why not stop in a Highland Tire and their newest location, Highland Integrity Alignment. See why they've been voted the best place to buy tires in the AK Valley for 25 consecutive years. Next year we're going to need those tires, Mike. We have to travel to Quaker Valley, Elizabeth Forward, and my prediction is South Park. Family owned and operated since 1961. Highland Tire offers one of the largest, most complete inventories of tires in the Pittsburgh area. If you don't see it, ask for it. They'll get it. Visit HighlandTire.com or give them a call in Trenton at 724-224-9222. In Natrona Heights at 724-224-7900 or Highland Integrity Alignment at 724-224-5900. Highland Tire, service, integrity, price, they deliver.
Well, the good news is, Dean, if we get to go to South Park, I always wanted to meet Cartman.
Where's Kenny?
It's kind of the same deal. 14 seconds.
I just hate going any place the word south in it, because that means a bridge to cross.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. We got to go across rivers.
Big one here, Mike. Big possession.
So here's Cochran. 2 of them. 2 big possessions.
See if we can
You
get out
want
of
4
this.
points at least. Tonelli, corner, Myers, 3 ball is off the rim. Knights have time. Gave it away. Signorella got it.
Get out of
Kicked
there.
it out. Myers, it's loose. Tonelli fires up a prayer.
Oh!
Nearly answered. That's the end of the third quarter with a score. Knoch 50, Highlands 48.
Crazy third quarter.
Now, high school seniors, you can learn the skills you need to start a career in the high-demand field of healthcare in less than a year. Pittsburgh is in need of skilled healthcare workers, and Career Training Academy offers half-day or evening classes to suit your needs. They've been serving the AK Valley for over 35 years. CTA offers programs in medical or dental assisting, medical billing and coding, and our new phlebotomy technician program. Visit us on the web at careerta.edu or stop into our new location at the Hillcrest Plaza in Lower Borough. Enrolling now. Every month, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
That's the way you want it, so be there for that. Call Career Training Academy today, 724-337-1000.
Could be a crazy fourth quarter, Mike. And a few years ago, Micah Mason, trivia question, scored 100 points in 2 Christmas tournament games. Do you remember that?
And that was at Waynesburg. We were talking about that earlier.
49 and 51, respectively. It was actually at Trinity.
Was that what Trinity? Okay, I know it was down there way far.
Who were the opponents? Do you remember?
Ringgold.
Ringgold.
And Trinity?
Exactly. Ringgold, he scored 49 against.
Joe Dunn was coaching Trinity then.
Joe Dunn, Trinity coach, had 51 against him. Odd thing, guess what happened to the 2 games? We have a little discrepancy with the book here. We could add ours up. 7, 17, 29, 29 and 8, 37 and 8. 50, we good?
Okay, yeah, that's what I had, yeah.
50, 48?
Uh-huh. I'm just trying to add them quick. It's hard.
But again, Mike, we lost both those games, 193 to Ringgold and 89-87 to Trinity. We saw the Trinity game, remember?
Mm-hmm. We did. All right, Rams with the ball. Trailing 2.
Oh, Mike. 2 possessions we got.
It's amazing they're only down by 2.
Yeah.
In one respect, you consider everything they've been given. I mean, a lot of it's legit, the free throw shooting. But Knoch hasn't shot a foul shot, and the Rams have shot over 20.
It is.
Here's
like
Scheit.
We had 2 trips to get even.
Here's Frazier.
We said at halftime the Warriors should turn. They can't keep that hot shooting. And again,
And they haven't,
Nope.
really. Bajuzik, they made their steal. Signorella all the way down.
No foul.
Tried to, he could. Cochran, oh, what a move. Still won't go.
Come on.
And Bajuzik
No,
got it out of there.
how is that not a foul?
There's a lid on it.
Well, they don't want to call any because
Double
they've been-
team.
Yep.
Ron McNabb gets a timeout, I think.
He did.
He did.
They've been instructed basically you can't call any more fouls, which is ridiculous. A foul is a foul, but it's there. You got to call it. I don't care if it's 100 or nothing.
Right.
Foul's a foul.
If it happened, it happened.
Well, many companies give you car insurance quotes. Only Nationwide can back it up with dedicated licensed professional superior claim service. Mel and Jonathan Boucher and see want to help you relieve some of the stress involved with insuring those new teen drivers. Ask about Nationwide Insurance young driver discounts. When you compare, no one beats Nationwide's rates for young drivers. Call your own time Nationwide agents, John and Mel, today at 724-224-4300. Let them help you with the choice of coverage that's right for your family. Evening and Saturday hours for your convenience. Remember, the 8K Bell, the Bouchers, and Nationwide are on your side. Mike, I still say you got to call them. And
I don't disagree.
there was 2 chances right there.
Knoch has it. Leading by 2.
And a
5-second call. That was fast. Turnover, Knoch.
Well, maybe you can't call fouls. You're allowed to call those. How's that sound? Chance to tie or take the lead. The Golden Rams, Mike, have been a long time since this place would go nuts.
They led at 21-18 in the early second period. Tonelli, 3 ball is good. There you go.
There it is, Mike. Golden Rams in control, 51-50 now.
Here's Scheidt against Tonelli. Scheidt guarded tightly. Now Bajuzik in the corner. The troops are coming back.
Yep, here comes Ganks and Struckengloss. They can't let him go too much longer.
Trouble for Bajuzik, but able to get it over to Frazier in the corner.
Now let's have an extended
Signorella
time
on
with
in.
no
They're
whistle.
working in and out. Foul line jumper. Back rib no good.
Who wants
Tipped.
it?
Bajuzik gets it.
They've got a lot of loose balls there.
They have
too, Mike.
a lot of them. Now fall away 3 is missed, but there's Lucas.
Make his own space.
Organizing the puppies. Lost it. Rams have it.
24.
Highlands now with the lead. Mike got a chance to get a shot.
And the Rams spread it out a little bit. Cochran out at the Rams center circle. 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Highlands 51, Knoch 50. Cochran drives all the way to the basket and lays it in.
Luke Cochran now with 14. More importantly, the Rams ahead by 3.
53-50.
Come on, Shake!
Crossover move by Scheidt, and he's able to get it across. Cochran stole it. It's off. No, that was off Knoch.
Yeah,
that was absolutely off Blue.
All right, Mike.
And the reason we can say that is we were right here.
Skanks and Struckengloss back in the game, Mike, for the final 5:48 here. Both with 4 fouls. I attack those guys, Mike. You have to.
Here's Struckengloss. Went in against Ursig and got shut off. Now to Scheidt. Nice dump down. Lucas scores. 53-52. It's a 1-point game.
And Johnny let him have that, Mike, which he should have because he was beat to position.
Price dumped it down to Ursig. Now Sean tries to get out of there and gets it back to Cochran, who will reset things at 5.5.
Been a great game, Mike, for a championship game. Inaugural Christmas tournament.
Ursig kicked it back out to Tonelli. Tonelli's 3 gave Highlands a lead here. Cochran all the way through. Back to the corner to Ursig. Kreis is open, and here it comes. Bang!
What a weapon that can be, Mike, when he hits him up there. He's got 13. Golden Rams lead by 4.
56-53. Kick it out. There's Struckengloss. He missed it. Told you they couldn't keep going. Here's Sanks. They barrel in the corner.
Great job by Tonelli.
He did. He is always on the floor. He spends more time on the floor than he does on his feet.
You don't have to sweep the floor. You just have him run around, huh, Mike?
56-52. Vinny's old job. Dean, this game is hard.
It's a weird game.
This is a hard one. Both ways.
Yep.
Struckengloss scores and draws the foul.
Finally got the foul. And Rob McNabb is celebrating.
And I think that wasn't a good call.
I can't disagree with you. Cochran has his And he's hurt, Mike.
28 minutes.
And now he's complaining that he got the call.
Sometimes you can't win for losing.
I guess not, huh? Stosh having a conversation with Joe DeSella.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't, huh?
Knoch 1 for 1 from the line, and it's 56-55.
Well, we said they were pretty good.
They're
from the
good.
foul line.
Yeah, that's made their last 15. There's Cochran driving all the way in. Corner Signorella. He's open. 3 ball. Yes!
Ryan Signorella buries a big 3, Mike. Boy, I tell you what, 3 balls have been on fire tonight. Oh, he walked. He walked.
He did.
Yes, he did.
Good call, Dean.
15 turnovers, 10 in the second half, Mike. That's been the difference.
Highlands by 4, 4:30 to go. And again, this place is a very tough place to win.
And again, the Golden Rams going to go to work with a 4-point lead, Mike.
Here's Cochran. Ursig. Now to Cochran. Lets it go. It's blocked.
He got fouled, Mike.
And Sanks got the rebound. Now to Scheidt backcourt. Scheidt stops and gets it across to Frazier left side. Knights down 4. We wind down to 4 minutes. Frazier against Freeman. Gave up the dribble, is in trouble. And now to Schreckengast in front of us. Schreckengast got in, put it in. What a sweet move that was.
Used his body well, Mike. He's got 18, lead all scorers.
59-57, Highlands by 2. Here's Cochran. Now to Kreis. High posted. Gonna take it to the basket. All the way in. Dumped it to Ursig.
Beautiful job by Johnny that time.
Ursig with 10. 61-57. Highlands with their 4th 4-point lead here in the 4th quarter. Scheidt out top. Now Frazier.
Uh-oh, back door.
Sanks is open and he in and out. Rebound Freeman. Rams on the fast break. Signorella's open in the corner, and now Highlands wants a timeout with 3:06 to go. Highlands 61, the Knoch Knights 57.
I think it was a good timeout, Mike, to take right there. Been putting off getting that much needed work done. End of the year's coming. Maybe a leaky roof, remodeling the kitchen. Great time to get it done is right now. Let B&E Home Renovations have your home looking like new for the new year. With over 100 years of combined experience, owner Brian E. and his crew at B&E Renovations guarantees your job will be completed on time, exactly the way you want it. Customer service, always their top priority. Give Brian a call today at 724-351-3172 for a free estimate, or find them on Facebook for money-saving offers. B&E Home Renovations, where the B is always busy, and the Golden Rams have been busy this second half, and the knees right across the way from us, Mike, celebrating their granddaughter, Gabby. Ask for the Gabby discount.
Yeah, I'm sure Brian will give it to you.
Oh, he's head over heels.
Is that the first for Cassara next?
Exactly right, yes. By the way, Mike, in our section of Christmas, Franklin Regional lost their second in a row to Liberty, Ohio, 60-51. That leaves them 6-2. Armstrong beats Shadyside in their tournament, 62-58. They play Woody High today. Gateway beat Norton, Mike. They were 0-4, now they're 4-4. Greensburg Same beat Greensburg Central Catholic 78-65. They're 6-2. Kiski unfortunately fell to North Hill 70-40. They're now 0-8. And they get Altoona on Tuesday. Double yikes.
All right, now the Rams key it in and get it into Signorella. We'll see if the Rams want to be patient or run their offense, or they lead it by 4 as the clock winds to 3 minutes. Nice crossover move by Freeman. He somehow got it to Siggs over in the corner, and the Rams will reset things at 2:55. Kreis out top. Johnny now goes to Tonelli. Cochran, after a brief rest, back at the scorer's table.
Hopefully he's okay, Mike. He went down hard.
He did go down hard. Now, a lot of guys have gone down hard tonight. This game has been physical. It's good to have some days off. They don't play till Wednesday. Kreis.
Johnny was not fouled.
Got hammered. No, they weren't allowed to call fouls that way. A palming call against Knoch. That'll go over well to our right.
Well, again, Mike, 16 turnovers, 11 in the second half.
And that's made a difference. You know, in the first game, Blackhawk for third place, same thing. That pressure was a cumulative effect on Burl, and it wore them down as the game went on.
Highlands has to get a good shot here, Mike.
26-1, Joe. 26-1.
So here's McNabb, or Cochran. I got Ronnie in my ear over there.
Oh, yeah, you keep saying 26-1.
Yeah, at least we know what the fouls are. Thanks to him. Thanks to our statistician Ron McNabb tonight. Here is Christ out to Cochran. Believe me, if it was us, we'd be. Scott's saying the same thing over here. I hear him. Freeman, no, rebound tipped. Nice job getting it out of there by Schreckengoss. Rams missed a couple bunnies. 2 minutes to go. It's a 4-point game. Here's Frazier. Oh, good hands by Christ to get it out of there. Schreckengoss steps back 3. It's short. Christ tipped it and caught it. Now to Cochran. Less than 2 to go.
They're going to have to think about fouling, Mike.
Yeah, and the way the Rams shoot them, we haven't had a situation like this where they've been holding on to a lead. There's
Kick
a
ball,
kick.
kick.
Second one of the night. They've got one offensively and one defensively.
Tonelli was on the floor again, Mike.
There's a shocker. Death, taxes, and Christian Tonelli on the floor.
3 inevitables, huh?
I'm sorry, Reese, but we're going to have to replace you. Here's Tonelli. Out to Cochran. Now to Christ. 1:35 to go. It's a 2-possession game. Highlands with a 4-point lead. Now to Cochran. Ursig. Left hand glass and good.
Ursig with a big dozen, Mike. 10 in the second half.
63-57. Biggest lead for Highlands. Only 9.
There he goes.
He got it. Sanks with 19.
And he hit a big one, Mike. 63-60. Just when you think you had
He's got 5 of them. Sanks with 5. Schreckengoss with 3. That's 8. Lucas with 1. That's 9. Frazier with 3. That's 12 3-pointers for them. Tonelli with 1. Signorella with 1. Christ with 2. Cochran with 2. Myers with 1.
They're beating us at our game, Mike.
7 it is. The Rams make 9 a game. 7 tonight.
Now, the good thing is look at the scoreboard. 63-60. The game's in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
You heard my prediction earlier. Hopefully that will hold up. Like we've been talking about next year in the sections. Knoch, as I mentioned, 324 students. They are the highest 4A basketball team. Highlands has 281. Do you know what the leading enrollment is in Pennsylvania?
Boy, I don't know.
Again, 324 for Knoch, 281 for Highlands.
1,300?
1813.
And that school would be?
Reading High School. They have 1,813 boys in grades 9 through 12. On the other end, Mike, we got Covenant Christian Academy. Guess how many boys 9 through 12 they have?
14.
Close, 12. Can you believe that?
Get that date for the prom early. Isn't that what you said about St. Joe's back in the day? Yeah.
By the way, Burrow at 219, they're the biggest 3A team. Did you know that? So Knoch's going to be the biggest 4A, and Burrow will be the biggest 3A. All right, let's get back to business here, Mike. 1:11 to go. Highlands leading 63-60, ball in hand. Trying to close this one out. And as you mentioned, it may come down to foul shooting.
I thought you were going to say ball in pocket. Here's Cochran. They were looking for Johnny, but they covered it. They went. Johnny went deep, but they covered it. Here's Tonelli. 1 minute remaining in the game. 1 minute. 63-60.
No matter what happens there, Mike, it's going to be a good test for both teams.
Quickly to Cochran, corner Tonelli. The Rams are just holding on to it.
4 corners, Mike.
Signorella, Tonelli, 45 seconds. Cochran, baseline. Oh, he had it, didn't take it. Back to Signorella. The Rams have taken 25 seconds off. Cochran to Christ, right in front of us. And Johnny's fouled at 32 seconds. Highlands by 3. It's imperative he makes the first one, obviously. It's still a 1-and-1. This is the last 1-and-1. Look at all the threes up there. 32-point tree left, a foul, and 33 his third.
This is big, Mike, because, again, this makes it a 2-possession game, too. Johnny, right now, 3 for 5 from the line. Been working with Micah. Let's see if he can knock one of these down. It's the important one.
It's strong. But Ursig got they're going to call Ursig on a foul. Really?
No, let's see.
My goodness.
Yeah. Oh, my.
He went straight up.
Third, yeah.
Did he not go straight up? Knoch will shoot the 1-and-1. 31 seconds to go.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Said it was going to be interesting, Mike, and here it is.
So Schreckengoss will go to the line. He's in with 18 tonight. 63-60. Highlands by 3. He drains it.
They don't miss, Mike. We know that.
He's got 19. He's the leading scorer. Tied with Sanks. He'll get another. Made them both. Free throw shooting may be the difference in this game.
Big turnaround there, Mike.
63-62. Now Tonelli backcourt. Needs help and is fouled in the backcourt. He'll shoot 2 now at 23 seconds. It's going to be a one-possession game regardless.
No matter what, he knocks down those 2.
Tonelli came into the night at 45%.
2 for 3 so far this evening.
That's a good sign. And he hits the first.
He's got a big 8.
64-62. 23 seconds left. Highlands by a deuce.
Sanks checks back of the game, Mike. Make sure we have to account for him.
Now you get their three-point shooters out. If it's 3 points, Stosh is going to have a decision to make.
Yes, they could always foul and put him on the foul line. You're right there.
Of course, they make those, but Tonelli's second to try to make it a 3-point game. It's short. The rebound to Sanks. Knoch has it with 20 seconds to go. 2 ties, 3 wins. Here's Fessel. Scheit. Sanks for 3 in the lead. He's got it! Knoch takes the lead with 8 seconds to go. Timeout, Highlands. 22 for Sanks, and he drains it.
They've done everything right here, Mike.
His 6th three-pointer of the basketball game, and Knoch leads 65-64.
Thought they'd cool off with that 3-point shooting in the second half, but I'll tell you what, that was a big one, and he had 3 guys laying on him, Mike. I mean, you can't do much more than that. Now the question was, do you foul him or not, you know?
Well, there's a lot of time left. I mean, if it was coming down to the last one, but it obviously wasn't discussed. It's not something I think the kids can figure out right away. That's got to be something that needs to be planned.
Full timeout by Stosh, Mike. Who you got taking a shot?
Well, I got Cochran taking the shot, but I mean, do they have time to run a play? They have 8 seconds. What can they run?
Time.
But what can they run? They can't get set up half court at 8 seconds.
Well, they're going to inbound.
And a lot of times you like to go to the foul line, but I'd like Luke to go to the foul line, but I don't know if I want anybody else going.
A couple times, Mike, we could have taken that layup too, and we didn't. Maybe again we should have did that. It's going to be a lot of second guessing here.
They tried. Now the last inbounds, they tried to run Johnny deep and they covered him. We'll see if they try that again. They need to be aware of that.
Well, 7.9's a lifetime, Mike, the length of the floor.
And the one thing, the Rams haven't been good at these. We had very many buzzer beaters. The answer to that is no. Maybe tonight will change it.
See if they can pull it out. Again.
Whoever wins this one's going to earn it. Cochran's going to bring it up. 7, 6. Bodies all over the place. Foul on Highlands. Or what is it?
Jesse Fessel commits the foul.
Well, you know what? And Ron McNabb doesn't mind putting Highlands to the foul line. He just doesn't. Fessel took the foul.
Who's going to get to the foul line?
Should be Cochran, Nick. Yep. They fouled the man with the ball. He's got 2 shots. 1 to tie, 2 to put the Rams ahead. 4.8. Trust me, the bench at the right wasn't too upset that happened. But that's the guy we want there.
And Mike Knoch will
have
the wrong
a chance.
Man. Yeah,
that's the wrong guy. That's the only thing. We're tied at 60.
Knoch will have a chance to get length
sure.
of the floor too. Believe me. What do we always say? 3 seconds.
Right. Well, they got oodles. Plenty of time.
It'd be a shame for somebody to have to lose this one, Mike. Both teams have played very hard here tonight.
Cochran to give the Rams the lead. In and out. Here's Frazier. 2, 1. He lets it go. Not going anywhere.
Overtime.
We're going to overtime. Tied at 65.
Did not see that coming, Mike. Wow.
Cochran made 1 out of 2. And we go to overtime. A 4-minute overtime period.
Wow. The good news is nobody lost lost in a regulation, because it would have been a shame for somebody to lose in a regulation. And again, it's just been such a strange night from the foul shooting standpoint. We talked about it in the pregame, how important it was. Mike, I got the game in the 60s.
Right.
Mike pushed it up into the 70s now with overtime, but it's been a pretty crazy night here tonight.
It has indeed. Checking some of the scoring here. Cochran with 17, Christ with 11, Ursig with 12. Signorella, I have, what do you have, 11?
I got Sig with 11, correct.
Okay, and 8 for Christian Tonelli. I'm thinking if I missed anybody. Myers with 3 off the bench. Yeah.
Freeman has 3.
Julian Sanks with 22, and 22 with 6 3-pointers. It's been Knoch with 3s is what it's been. And that's been the tough part.
And like we're going to have all tournament team and MVP of this tournament. It's going to come down to these 4 minutes.
Well, Sanks is bidding for it.
He sure is. What a night. All right, Mike, here we go. Sanks and Struckenglass, don't forget, are playing with 4 fouls. Be nice to have one of those guys go.
So we take a deep breath and we go at it again. Highlands wins a tap and move right to left. Here's Cochran.
New game.
Overtime. Cochran, high posting to Ursig. Hands it off to Christ all the way to the basket.
There you go.
And the Rams lead 67-65. Those get called in the huddle.
That's that X play, Mike.
Now, Scheidt got in a little bit of trouble, but fed it off to Fessel. Right side, that's Lucas in and out. Signorella the rebound.
They missed one, Mike.
Now to Cochran. Highlands with the ball in a 2-point lead. And really, free throw shooting's why they're here. They'd be home already. Dump down, Christ! Yes! Johnny's got all 4.
The man with the plan in overtime. He's got all 4 for the Golden Rams. They lead by 4.
69-65. Don't go anywhere. Here's Sanks, and he doesn't care if he's got a man on him. He lets it go. He missed everything.
Looked like they got a piece of that one.
Rebound Tonelli. Now to Cochran. We've played a minute. Highlands with the first 4 points.
Hawkins spend a lot of energy in that fourth quarter, Mike, digging their way back into it. It's shown for Highlands right now.
Here's Signorella. Hands it off to Cochran. Cochran now puts it on the floor, drives to the basket, got tripped and knocked down, but able to control it. Johnny Christ out top. We've played a minute and a half. Now to Christ, driving in. Tries to off a leg. Oh, great play by Signorella. They get a hold of that. Oh, no, look to Ursig.
Yes, great pass by Cochran.
71-65. 3 ball is missed. Rebound is taken by Tonelli. Out to Signorella.
2 minutes to go here, Mike. The Golden Rams lead by 6.
6-0 in overtime. Christ out top. Now to Tonelli. To Christ. Oh, behind the back and a save to Signorella. That was actually necessary.
Definitely necessary. Nifty, too.
Double team. Cochran got through it. Baseline to Ursig. Puts it up. Scores!
It's all hot in overtime, Mike. Mackey needs to get a timeout.
And he's got 4 of them. Can't give them away as Christmas gifts. Steal by Signorella. Foul in the backcourt. Cochran will go to the line and shoot 2. 8-0 Rams in overtime.
Woo! I tell you what, though, Mike. These Knoch nights, you got to give them credit, huh? They came back with a flurry. Highlands had that 4-point lead.
I told you what they'd be in our section.
Yep.
No doubt.
Contender, no doubt. Yep.
Cochran, Highlands leading scorer at 17. He's bucking for MVP.
Yeah, we talked about what's going to happen here, Mike. He's got 17.
18. Chance for another, 74-65. 9-0 here in the overtime. In and out, but Ursig got the rebound and put it up and in. No, he missed it. Boy. Rebound to Lucas.
Great hustle by Ursig.
Here's Sanks. Sanks drives through, man goes down, no call. Right side 3 ball is missed.
Body's flying now, Mike. What's going on
Offensive foul, I think. It's Mike Miller's call. Let's see. Let's hear what Mike Miller says.
No. We got White 4 with the push. 1 and 1. 1 and 1.
On the floor. I thought it was offensive. They're going to give it to Christian Tonelli.
All I saw was bodies flying.
Mike Miller say, I saw a lot of kneecaps. Wow. So it's a 1 and 1. They said there were no shots. Now the officials are going to get together, Mike Miller, Joe DeCello, and Chris Szymanski, and discuss it. Sean Ersig's going to call the Rams together, and the Knights will huddle also. And they're going to stay with what Mike Miller had decided. Again, that means buy one, get one free recliners at Arnold Furniture. That's what that means.
We got 2 plugs in.
There's a couple of free ones for Gene and Dorothy. We're happy to do it. They were good friends of ours for many, many years at Comcast days.
And we're still customers.
Schreckengoss, 1 and 1, in and out and in again. They don't miss, do they?
Nope. Schreckengoss,
That's the rumor.
Thanks, Mike. That's going to be all tournament team
And
guys.
this game is
sure.
still not over. 74-66, there is still time.
Sean Ursig, Mike, strong second half. He's had 16 points total.
And he had a great night last night, too. He's got to be bucking for MVP his own self.
Yep. 22 now for Schreckengoss. 7-point lead.
Signorella, Cochran, foul him, please. Thank you. 1:14 to go. Cochran will shoot 2, 74-67.
Rello Freeman going to get back in there, Mike, for his athleticism.
Cochran shooting 2 at the 1:14 mark of overtime. 19 for Luke. His average is 14-7, so good.
5 above his average.
He's just a sophomore, folks. We got a lot of him to come. Johnny.
I enjoyed my year I got to spend with him, Mike.
Did them both. 20 points. 76-67. Highlands by 9.
Told him his future as a point guard has come true. Done a great job here tonight.
Here's Sanks against Tonelli. Nice crossover move. Worked it over right side for Schreckengoss. Back to Sanks. His 3 off the back rim. He is human.
Yeah.
Schreckengoss the rebound. Now nearly a steal by Freeman. Now to Frazier. Looks for help. Clock under a minute.
Well, Sean Ursig is doing a great job on defense tonight too, Mike.
Here's Sanks. 3 blocked by Ersic.
Uh-oh.
Here's Johnny with a lay-in. He got hammered too.
There, yep.
78-67. Frazier all the way down, no. Tipped around, and Knight's missing a shot. Underneath, we have a whistle. And a foul on the floor, according to Chris Szymanski.
I tell you what, Mike, both teams have expended a lot of energy.
I'm tired, and I'm just sitting here. That's the 3rd foul on Tonelli.
Shuts the clock off, Mike.
Christian Tonelli is just a bulldog.
Gives us a chance to catch our breath.
So this is Ben Lucas at the line. He makes it.
They haven't had many, but have they? I don't think they've missed a foul shot, Mike.
They don't, I understand.
Yeah.
That's the rumor. For those of you watching in Section of Death, don't foul these guys. And we'll remember this for next year, trust me. Because we'll be section mates. I have a feeling. All I know is whenever we play out there, it'll snow. I'm predicting it now.
We seem to have that luck. Look at that.
Lucas hits them both. 78-69. Rams have scored 13 points here in 3.5 minutes of this overtime. And they can do that.
Ooh,
Price
Johnny
with
hit
trouble. Tonelli.
Off the extension.
Backcourt to Cochran. Cochran takes, and that's where he was fouled. They got the game tied. Dump it down to Christ, lays it in. 8 points in the overtime for Johnny Christ, and he comes down funny.
He's hurt.
He got a old thumb to the eye, I believe. Here's Schreckengoss at 5 seconds, missed it, goes out of bounds, 3 seconds, it'll be Highlands ball. Johnny might have taken one to the schnoz or got poked in the eye.
Only that.
What a overtime period he's had. 80-69. Well, Dean, we got it in the 80s.
Mike, that doesn't look good.
3 seconds to go, and the Rams are going to win this one. in overtime. Into to Cochran. Courtney start the bus. It's all over in overtime. Officially, this game was hard. Highlands 80, Knoch 69.
I'm just concerned about Johnny Christ, Mike. He's still being attended to on the sidelines there.
And we'll wrap it up with the Rams winning it by 11. And what do we got for MVPs over there? We have
They're
any?
still talking about
Still
it, Mike.
talking it
Yep,
over. So we'll let you know when we come back on Wednesday. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks to John
Great game.
Danknich upstairs, and thanks to everybody from Knoch and Blackhawk and Burl for making this a great tournament. And
Shame
we
somebody had to lose this one.
hope to do it again next year. So that's it. Once again, that final score: Highlands 80, the Knoch Knights 69 in overtime, and touchdown Buckeyes. For the Dean, Mike Choma. This is Mike Pavlik. So long, everybody.